Carrion is a game where you play an amorphous killing machine. That's the review. Seriously, what else do you need? Carrion is one of those games that holds a special place in my heart. It immediately reminds me of titles like Prototype, letting you play as an incredibly destructive force with no regard to anything other than your own survival. The pixel animation style is very well done and reminiscent of games like Flashback. The level designs, while resembling a typical Metroidvania style on the surface, made me think back to games like Gunpoint, which allowed you to figure out more strategic ways to navigate puzzles and enemy encounters. Developed by Phobia game studio, Carrion takes you on the path of a carnivorous laboratory creature who breaks free and begins its journey to escape. You encounter several scientists and lab workers, all of which make easy snacks to build up your health and size. You also cross with armed personnel, security guards, drones, and various traps. How well you make it through these obstacles often depends on your approach. Certain areas provide ways to sneak around and eliminate enemies more stealthily, or at times you can stick with brute force and speed. Just be careful because you're not invincible and a barrage of bullets or a flamethrower can whittle you down to nothing rather quickly. Along your way through the many interconnecting maps, you'll find power-ups that increase your abilities and open ways to access newer areas. The overall gameplay felt good to me. On PC, you can use a mouse and keyboard or a controller. I tried both, and while I assumed controller would be best, I actually found myself favoring the mouse and keyboard instead. I thought the mechanics used for abilities were rather interesting too. The offensive and defensive abilities that you use vary depending on your size. Being smaller provides you with more agile movement and stealthy tactics, at the cost of having lower health. Being larger lets you use skills that allow you to take harder hits and launch more destructive attacks. It also makes you an easier target due to your size and sluggish movement. And trust me, on a full belly, this blob is a big boy. See? Come on now. Suck it in. You can do it. Oop, there you go. Carrion is one of those games that doesn't do a lot of hand-holding. You get the occasional notes about how to get around, but for the most part, it's up to the player to figure out where to go, and these maps can be very maze-like if you don't pay enough attention. I found myself accidentally backtracking and getting lost in circles more than once. Even so, the premise is so simple, it's pretty easy to figure everything out as you go, as long as you don't mind the occasional puzzle. The music was very enjoyable as well, keeping a spooky, atmospheric tone and ramping up nicely in more intense moments. Overall, Carrion is a great take on 2D platformers with a wonderful John Carpenter twist. How Long to Beat had this one clocked at an average of 5 hours, but I enjoyed it enough to go full completionist on it, as well as playing the holiday DLC, which all in all took me roughly 8 hours to finish. If you're looking for a good horror game that you can complete over a weekend, Carrion is an awesome pick. That's my review. Time to dip. I'll catch you all on the flip. Carry on my wayward son. Nope, not gonna do that.